today. Dow is down 100 points. Why? Well, you could maybe point to Janet Yellen and her testimony before Congress today. She said that we should look at negative rates in the spirit of prudent planning. Adam Shapiro just told you that. But that waving a big stick threat, what should that make you do? Run away from the big stick or find a way to salt in money? Well, let's ask a guy who knows. Joining me now in a Fox Business exclusive is legendary billionaire investor Wilbur Ross of WL Ross & Company. Thank you for joining us. First, your thought on what Janet Yellen said today.
Well, I was disappointed in the conference in a couple of ways. First of all, I think to keep showing tentative views about the economy is a very bad thing for the Federal Reserve Chair to do. I think part of the reason that we have the market malaise is they dithered and dithered and dithered about the first 25 basis point hike. And so it became an event that was blown all out of proportion. Second of all, I think they should have raised it much sooner so they would have replenished their toolkit. Right now, about the only thing they can do if the economy starts to tank is go to negative interest rates.
You think that's a distinct possibility?
Well, if the economy keeps getting
It's not working for Japan, that's the thing.
No, I mean, the idea that she said we should follow Japan's example, that to me is not a great idea because it hasn't worked all that well in Japan.
But you're not saying that she won't go there. She said, oh, I just want to look and see what's out there. You talk about dithering. That looked like extreme dithering on Capitol Hill today.
I think the job of the Federal Reserve Chair is partly to be a cheerleader, and I don't think she's done that part of the job very well. I think the second part of the job is to be decisive and crispy.
We know that hasn't happened.
No, and so to go from the two meetings ago, putting in finally the 25 basis points, and lo and behold, it didn't do anything anyway. So I don't know what they were worried about. Now to be uncertain she may have to go to negative, I think that kind of negative or vacillating jawboning is bad. Business people can deal with good news, they can deal with bad news. What's hard is deal with uncertainty.
Yeah, just give us the news and then we'll figure out the landscape. Okay, there are people watching saying, fine, we can't control what she does or what the Fed does.
Well, that is true, unfortunately.
Right. So tell the retail investor, what do? Let's say we don't know what the Fed's going to do. Is there still a way to invest?
Well, I think there is. The world is not going to come to an end. Japan's world, for example, didn't come to an end even with the years of depression. So I don't think this is Armageddon that's coming. Therefore, I think a good strategy would be pick out the stock you're the most comfortable with as a business activity for the next couple of years and put in some orders down 5%, down 10%, and hope that in this period of intense volatility, they get touched off. I think that's a much more likely thing to produce good results than to hit the panic chord now. Yeah,
perhaps we're all smarter than the Fed, and just pick these names that you think you really believe in as a business. Carly Fiorina, and it broke in the news today, is stepping down. She's not going to continue running for president.
Yeah, I don't think that's a very big event at all. She was no place in the popularity polls. I don't think it changes the pecking order. I don't think it changes the upcoming primaries. I think it's too bad, but it's over with for her.
Who do you think is the best person to fix what we see here, the dithering, the economy that seems to have a very weak spine?
Well, none of the candidates has really come with a particularly comprehensive and detailed plan to deal with what may be a pending recession. Remember, we're 7 years or so into this very feeble recovery. In 7 years, is pretty close to the average duration of a recovery. And so within the next 18 or 24 months, it wouldn't be too surprising if a recession did start. Not one hopefully as bad as in 07-08, but it wouldn't be at all surprising because things are cyclical.
Well, when Wilbur Ross doesn't have a name at the tip of his tongue on who can fix this, then...
Well, no, I was just ducking your question.
Yeah, I was going to say, duck away because, hey, that's what Janet Yellen did today. It's great to see you, Wilbur. Thank you so much.